Hello students, welcome to the e-learning platform presented by Mechanical Engineering Department of Dr. Bapuji Saloke Institute of Engineering and Technology, Kolhapur. The learning objective for today's session are: number 1, study of clamping. Clamping, what do you mean by clamping? Principle of clamping will be studied in today's session. And number 2, study of different types of clamps. Different types of clamp that are used for clamping while designing a jig fixture will be studied in today's session. Starting with clamping. Once when the workpiece is located completely, it is necessary to press it against the locating surface and hold it there against the force acting upon it. For this purpose, clamping is necessary. The tool designer refers to this action as clamping, and the mechanism used for this action are known as clamps. To restrict the workpiece completely, a clamping device is necessary in addition to locating device and jig and fixture. A clamping device holds the workpiece securely in jig or fixture against the force applied over it during an operation. Clamping device is incorporated into the fixture with a proper clamp, and it increases the accuracy and quality of the work done and reduces the production cycle time. The basic requirements of clamping devices are: it should be rigid to hold the workpiece. The clamp pressure should be enough to overcome the operating pressure applied on the workpiece. Clamping device should be capable to be unaffected by the vibration generated during the operation. To handle workpiece made of fragile material, clamping unit should be equipped with fiber pads. Clamping pressure should be directed towards support surfaces. Clamping faces should be hardened properly to minimize the wear and tear and use or to increase the use of the clamp. Clamping force should act on heavy parts and against the supporting and locating surfaces. Clamping method should be foolproof and safe. It should also be inexpensive and reliable, and it should not be affected by the vibration, chatter, or heavy pressure caused by the machining. The way of clamping and unclamping should not hinder loading and unloading the workpiece in jig and fixture. So these are some basic requirements of clamping. The principles of clamping are: number 1, position. Position is the main point. Clamping should be positioned at the thick section of the workpiece. It should be positioned to direct clamping force on a strong part of the workpiece. Clamping on unsupported part will bend it and affect the accuracy of operation. So it should be taken into consideration the position while clamping. Clamping should not obstruct loading or unloading of the workpiece. Operator should be able to clamp the workpiece easily and remove it easily, also safely. Next is strength. The clamping system should be capable to hold the workpiece securely against the forces during operation. Clamping device should be capable to be unaffected by the vibration generated during an operation. The clamping force should not damage the workpiece. For clamping weak and fragile workpiece, clamping force should be equally distributed on a wider area of workpiece. Third is productivity. Clamping time should be minimum so as to we can increase the productivity. It can be minimized by using hand knobs, Tommy bars, curled screws, hand wheels and handle, so that clamping is easier, and tighten or loosen can be done manually without using spanners. And last is operator fatigue. Operator fatigue should be taken into consideration, as if the operator is feeling fatigue for doing the clamping of workpiece, then the clamping should be replaced. The next part is types of clamp. First is the screw clamp. As shown in figure, the screw clamp is nothing but threaded device with collar, hand knob, and can be used for light clamping. The clamping area of screw is increased by providing the pad. The clamping pad remains stationary on the workpiece while the screw rotates and rubs on the conical seat of the pad. The disadvantage of screw clamp is the clamping pressure is less and it varies from one workpiece to another workpiece, and it is also a time consuming and more efforts are required. The next is the strap oblique plate oblique bridge clamp. These are the very effective method and made of rectangular plate, and these act like levers. The clamps are tightened by rotating the hexagonal nut on a clamping screw. One end of the clamp presses against the workpiece and the other end on heel pin, that is the toe. Clamping face of the clamp is curved so the it does not deteriorate the workpiece. Strap clamps are provided with washers below the washers and spring below the clamp, so that the lifting is easier to avoid the operator fatigue. As shown in figure, the blue color part is the workpiece, whereas the green color part is your clamping device. The strap clamp prevents from rotating and provides the safety to the workpiece. The next type of clamp are retractable strap clamp and edge clamp. The retractable strap clamp, as shown in figure, is a modified version of strap clamp. In this, when the clamp falls in the loading and unloading path, they are made slotted to permit the linear withdrawal. That is, the clamp is retracted to the position shown by the dotted line during loading and unloading of the workpiece, as shown in figure. During the loading and unloading of the workpiece, the clamp moves in a retracted position and we can easily load and unload the workpiece. Slotted clamp plate so that workpiece can be released without clamp rotation. The next is the edge or side clamp. A side clamp, also known as edge clamp. In this case, the surface to be machined is always clamped above the clamping device. This clamping device is recommended for fixed length workpiece. The clamping device, as shown in figure, releasing and clamping of workpiece can be accomplished by the unscrewing and screwing of clamping nut, as shown in figure, respectively. The side clamp is usually used for heavy or long range workpiece. The next type of clamp is pivoted strap clamp. As shown in figure, clamps are often pivoted at center to simplify the operation. Null headed screw is used to loosen and tighten the clamp. Pivot pin is near the clamping point. Screw is shifted to the end opposite the clamping point. Clamping screw becomes more accessible to the rotor. Whenever we have to clamp the workpiece, the screw is loosened and the workpiece is, or the clamp is moved and the workpiece is removed. And whenever we have to fit the workpiece, the clamp applies the pressure when we tighten the screw. This type of pivoted type strap clamp is used more as it is easily accessible to the operator, and it also reduces the operator fatigue. The next type of clamp is toggle clamp and cam clamping. As shown in figure, the C-type toggle clamp. This type of clamp provide considerable distance for loading and unloading of the workpiece. The C-frame can be swung to the position shown by dotted line in the figure. The pusher type toggle clamp withdraws backward during clamping. Toggle clamps are provided with clamping screws to accommodate workpiece variation. The C-frame moves as soon as we press the lever, and we can accommodate different size of workpiece by adjusting the frame. Next is the cam type. Quick clamping by cam is a very effective and very simple in operation. The cam type clamping is used for clamping through some interior parts where other simple system will not have access. Cam shifts its mating surfaces to clamp and or unclamp the workpiece. Cam clamping is fast, effective method for clamping workpiece and increases the productivity. The cam is having a circular shape and is pressed against the simple pivoted strap clamp, and whenever we press the handle, we can apply the force on the clamp, and whenever we want to remove, we can shift the cam. This is used for the parts where the workpiece is hard, or where the workpiece is having difficulty to be clamped. This is the most easiest and quickest method. The next type of clamp is hinged clamp. Hinged clamp, as shown in figure, provides rapid clearance of the passage for loading and unloading of the workpiece. It is clamped with the help of swinging eye bolt. The clamp has open slot through which the eye bolt can be sunk into the position. Tightening of hexagonal nut clamps the workpiece. For loading and unloading the workpiece, the hexagonal nut is loosened half a turn and the eye bolt is swung out of the open slot to free the hinge plate. The workpiece is shown by the dotted line, and this type of hinge clamp is used to clamp the workpiece having heavier dimension or heavier workpiece. The last type of clamp is equalizing clamp. Equalizing clamp, as shown in figure, consists of the clamp which is recommended to apply equal pressure on the two faces of the work. The pressure applied can be varied by tightening or loosening of the screw provided for the purpose. This type of clamp is used to hold the long vertical workpiece. Thank you. This is for today's session. In this session, we had covered a lot of points of clamping, principles of clamping, and the different types of clamp. This part of clamping is important as it is based on the further chapter on which the further chapter is based, that is your jig and fixtures. Thank you.